The final race of the GB3 weekend is here. After race 1 and race 2 was set by qualifying, it is time for the reverse grid race, and as we can tell from Silverstone, there's something special about it. It's just so dramatic, and we cannot wait for this one to get underway. Well, you join me, Omi, up here in the commentary box for this one, and we're going to go straight into it with the grid coming our way. We're going to run you through that right now. Kai Darianani is reversed to pole position for this race. He's alongside Will McIntyre, who was the reverse grid winner in Silverstone, if we remember, in the opening round of the season. Keanu Al-Zahari is in third, and then it's Hugo Schwarz, who's in fourth position. Gianmarco Pradelle is in fifth. Noah Lull is in sixth on the grid. And then we go over to seventh, which has Yuan Pusui alongside Nikita Johnson, who will go for 8th. Let's see what the American driver can do for High-Tech TGR. Riza Siwarathan is in 9th, and then it's Patrick Husenroder, the driver who won the opening round. He'll go from 10th. Deegan Fairclough finds himself in 11th. Alex Ninovich with a lot of work to do from 12th. After his brilliant performance in race 2, he's reversed down there. Abby Pulling in 13th. Lucas Fluscher in 14th. Stefan Bostanjiv in 15th. Bianca Bustamante in 16th. And then in 17th position is Flynn Jacques. In 18th it's Divi Nandan. And then in 20th and 19th position, I should say rather, Jack Sherwood. And of course, with only 19 drivers in the field, we don't have a 20th driver. So that is basically air. Okay, we're going to get set. We're going to get ready. The cars will get into position. So it's Kai Darianani on pole position. The timings are momentarily glitched. They will come into gear in a second. That looks like Divi Nandan in the number 17 there, who is miles off. So the cars, so to give context, everyone's arriving on the grid now. Everyone's on the grid. Well, nearly everyone's on the grid. But Divi Nandan's still going through, so I believe that will be a pit start then, very clearly for him. Well, we're going to get ready to go racing. Kai Darianani, let's see what he can do in the number 88 from pole position. Will McIntyre, our most recent race winner when it comes to reverse grid racing, alongside him. How is this GB3 race going to go? Let's find out as we are getting ready to go racing. Green flag at the back. GB3 for the reverse grid race is about to get going. Lights out! And we are racing with a good reaction time off the line for Will McIntyre. He's going to beat Kai Darianani down to turn number 1. Keanu Al-Zahari has a look. That opens the door for Hugo Schwarz to try go round the outside. Can the whole field navigate their way through the opening couple of turns off this circuit? Al-Zahari having a look. It's Darianani who has second place. Hugo is going to try move up to third position. It's very nearly 3 wide, and Hugo does move up to second place. A brilliant getaway off the line, and the lead for Will McIntyre as he tries to win 2 reverse grid races in a row. We're side by side as we make our way through, and that's going to be Keanu Al-Zahari trying to improve to the final spot on the podium, but it is Kai Darianani who drops down, and a brilliant getaway, and that is going to be P1 for Will McIntyre at the front of the field. Al-Zahari having a look to try and make that move as we do battle. A fantastic start to the contest then as they all navigate their way through. It is turning into something quite dramatic, I think it is fair to say, in this race. There's a dive bomb being attempted in the mid-pack there. So, a few moves being attempted as we go side by side. Some brilliant battling, some brilliant attacking driving. To the braking zone we go. That's going to be tight stuff when they arrive down there to the braking zone. And that is going to be surely in the mid-pack Husenroder, just trying to keep his car in front as we are seeing Alex Ninovich try to go around the outside. The number 10 in there as well. The number 10 being Riza Siwarathan. Riza Siwarathan all out of shape. And that is going to open the door for Alex Ninovich, who's going to pull to the inside line. And they will go side by side onto the start-finish straight. Battle for the lead. It's going to be an opportunity coming in surely for Hugo Schwarz. He's going to get a chance to fight. Big lockup coming into the braking zone. And surely that is going to be Riza Siwarathan running very deep. Alex Ninovich trying to stand on the power. Abby Pulling in the mix as well. Pulling up against Ninovich. The teammates wheel to wheel. And it's going to be Ninovich who's ahead. Down the inside goes Pat Husenroder. It's all action, as it usually is in reverse grid racing. And trying to get the power down. There is going to be a big opportunity in a few moments. This is for the lead of the race. Hugo Schwarz has a look. He can't get by. A half look that has cost him quite a lot of time, I think it is fair to say. Fantastic stuff in GB3. What a start to this race. It's already got the energy. It's got the entertainment. It's got the action that we want. brilliance from the field. DRS enabled. Did we even need that? It's already so exciting, everybody. Lucas Flusha just ahead there of Stefan Bostanjiv. Is anyone going to be making the overtakes now? Patrick Husenroder and his teammates, actually right now at the moment. Jack Sherwood has just made a move. So that's nice stuff from Jack Sherwood. So he's just got past as well. As we go over the line then. Let's see what's going to happen in this race. As we make our way through for another lap. We're going to go side by side. That's Deegan Fairclough trying to defend. Let's see whether Deegan Fairclough can defend it. Around the outside. Here comes Patrick Husenroder. And, well, hold on. Hold on a minute. Hugo Schwarz has taken the lead. Hugo Schwarz has taken the lead. Oh, we've got a car off into the barrier. Hugo Schwarz has got to the front. And into the barrier. That is surely going to be a big moment for Flynn Jacques. The number 55, Flynn Jacques, finds the wall. But Will McIntyre has somehow lost the lead. How on earth has that happened? We missed that one. Where on earth was that? It is not Will McIntyre in the lead. It's Hugo Schwarz now. Unbelievable. So where has that change come? We've missed it. We were focused on some other battles going on, but there's been a change of lead. Are we going to need to see the safety car? What are we going to do with this race control? Let's see. There goes the number 21 of Gianmarco Pradel. A really dramatic GB3 contest, I think it's fair to say. The yellow flags are now flying. We're going to wait to see what comes on our race control board. Safety car. I think it is fair to say. There we go. Safety car's out. Wild stuff. So, Hugo Schwarz has got into the lead. I want to know, though, how on earth that has happened. I would love to know how that's happened. It's been quite an interesting start to the race. Okay, let's momentarily hand over to the world feed for the moment. Just to quickly gather their thoughts and to see if they know any other information. I'll keep it on my camera. I only want to go to them momentarily.
Brings him back into contention for the race, which kind of looked like it was slipping through his fingers, where the gap for Hugo Schwarzer had grown to over a second, and it looked like he was taking control of the third race of the weekend, looking for victory. That Will McIntyre's back in it. Keanu Alazari's not exactly a million miles away, and there is...
Don't think Lewis McGlade knows either at the moment, but he is giving us some information on Hugo Schwarzer, who I think we can pretty much tell is in the lead, and Will McIntyre is still in contention, of course, to battle for that position. Lots of smoke coming there from the 22 of Divi Nandan, or rather Stefan Bostanjiv, rather I should say. So that 4 out of 16, the safety car's flying. Okay, are we going to work out what's happening? We're not going to do so for the lead, but we are going to see another replay of how Flynn Jacques found the wall. That was too late. They didn't capture it in time, unfortunately, to properly get an idea. But it looks like he's lost it. I think that's a fair assumption, everybody, to make. That he's lost the car. Schwarzer at the front. It will be interesting to see how Schwarzer does. Hugo Schwarzer, the German driver. Will McIntyre in second, and then it's Keanu Al-Zahari in third. But when does the safety car come in is my question. And then as soon as that happens, Hugo Schwarzer will become the net race leader and will lead us to the green flags. Will McIntyre trying to put some pressure on in behind as well. So it's going to be entertaining to see how this one is going to happen. As the car clearment happens. Is clearment even a word? Have I just created a word? I think I may have just created a word. Apologies, everybody. I think this weekend, with how tired everybody is, I think we're just inventing new things, inventing new words, and to the Tamburello. Five out of 16. The energy really starting to ramp up here in GB3. Some fantastic racing. But let's see how it's going to go when we return back to the green flags. Hugo Schwarzer doing well at the moment, up against Will McIntyre, but it will be interesting to see how the battle will go between them. Keanu Al-Zahari in third, Kai Darianani in fourth, Pradell's in fifth, Johnson's in sixth, Yuan Pu Sui is in seventh, Lal is in eighth, Fairclough in ninth, and Pat Husenroder is in 10th position. Does the safety car come in by the end of this lap? I mean, it looked clear last time by, in terms of they were moving it, so I would have assumed it's already behind the barrier now. Yep, I think the safety car's coming in this lap. Yep, the safety car's coming in this lap, everybody. It is time for the green flags to fly around Circuit Zandvoort once again. Hugo Schwarzer leading us ahead of Will McIntyre and Keanu Al-Zahari as we get ready to go back to the green flags around this circuit. Here we go. Hugo Schwarzer drops the hammer and we are racing at Zandvoort once again. Out of the final corner we go, and it's going to be Will McIntyre who is going to be the driver, trying to pressure our race leader towards Tarzan corner. The green flags are flying once again. Can Hugo Schwarzer maintain the lead into turn number one? Battles absolutely everywhere we look. There's a look for the lead by Will McIntyre. Can he get there? As meanwhile, we're side by side further back. Pradell up against Kai Darianani. McIntyre couldn't get there. They're making their way to that contact further back. Jack Sherwood just ahead of Abby Pulling. Oh, contact is made. Kai Darianani is off. Kai Darianani is off, and I think Pradell is also involved. I think Pradell was the car that made contact there as well, as we make our way then through with an opportunity coming in for Keanu Al-Zahari, trying to dive to the inside of Will McIntyre. He can't do it. But that is surely going to be another safety car coming out. A big crash involving Kai Darianani, and I think Pradell who was dive bombing to the inside. Yes, so it is Pradell who's off. Darianani is off, and the number 56 involved as well. That's Yuan Pu Sui. Yuan Pu Sui is off the road as well. So a big crash involving those three drivers. The gap is 0.4 of a second out in front, or at least it was. It's now going to be to nothing because the safety car is out once again. Oh, this is fun, everybody. I mean, we already have 13 minutes and 41 seconds to go. I believe this will be now a timed race, everybody. Because it's been 25 minutes of 6 laps around this circuit. Just the reverse grid race stuff, everybody. I'm hoping that we can get to the green flags and get some brilliant racing, though. When does the safety car come in? But first of all, I don't think it's a good idea to be asking that question, considering we got 3 cars stationary. So that's Darianani who is round. We're going to have to take a look at a replay, but I believe Pradell... Was Pradell the car on the inside? I would assume Pradell was trying to dive bomb Darianani and Yuan Pu Sui gets caught in that, I'd say. I think that is... I mean, we cut to it quite late. I couldn't judge it quite because I was focused to see whether Will McIntyre was going to be able to take the lead. He had a look, if we remember, down at turn 1. That's what I was more interested in, if I'm honest. Deegan Fairclough. How is he going to do? He's up to 5th position is Deegan Fairclough. That is incredible for the reigning British F4 champion. He really gained positions. But I mean, that is to be expected when 3 cars wipe themselves out. But he still went forward, is what I'm trying to say. Like, he's still gained, I think, 2 or 3 positions. So it's still a great effort from him. Right, okay, let's take a look at the replay. So, it is going to be, yes, Pradell dive bombing. Johnson, I think, is going to get very lucky to not get caught in this. Pradell hits Darianani round. Yuan Pusue, right, Johnson goes to the wall to try to avoid. Yuan Pusue locks up. He's going to try to take avoiding action, but he's going to be into the back. Unfortunate stuff for Yuan Pusue. Lucky stuff for Nikita Johnson to be able to avoid it. So they're taking the cars one by one. Brilliant work by the marshals. We've already said thank you to them this weekend, especially in the Porsche Super Cup, where there was a 10-car crash at the start of the season. But, well, no matter what incident, whether it's 1 car, whether it's 10, we thank the marshals for all of the work they do, especially on these type of weekends. I'm not even necessarily talking about F1 weekends, but especially these ones, where there's a lot more that is going wrong in terms of contact, where you are getting constantly 4 cars off the road, where you are, in every race that's taking place, you are getting chaos. There'll be some races where there's not a lot to do on F1 weekends. You'll get calm ones. There'll be crazy ones at the same time, like the Super Cup today. But in these events, there's always a guarantee, whether it's GB3, whether it's like I think any single, like any weekend which I'd say is an F1, you've got a huge chance, because you'd usually have something like the touring cars, for example, touring cars or British GT, let's say, or like a big series that everyone is in support of. You have so many different support series in there supporting the big event. Like, for example, for the touring cars, I mean, the touring cars itself gets enough safety cars sometimes, but like, for example, British F4 supporting that, or us supporting the British GT Championship. So that's how all of that works. 10 minutes. Yep, we're down to a timed race, everybody. I think it's, in terms of GB3 action, we've had some great moments, but it's been, let's say, I'd put this weekend below. I'd put this weekend below Silverstone. I don't know whether that's just me because of how busy it's been, so I haven't even been able to like pay attention, and sometimes it's been like, when is this race going to end? I need to go record other stuff. I've got so many other commentaries to do. I've got to do this, I've got to do that. It's been a stressful 2 days, I'll be honest. When you're in the race, you're enjoying it, but then you have something in your brain that's saying, you know, this is taking quite long. Especially if you have a GB3 Zandvoort race like race 1 where there's not a lot of action. But no, this is the final bit of action that we're doing in terms of... final bit of action I'm doing. The team's still working hard. But I'm just looking forward to just melting in my bed later on today. And then... resting up before... guess what? Race week! Again. Only, in terms of extra stuff, there's only Italian F4 on. Which, as I mentioned in Freco, I think it was. I think I mentioned it. Or it may have actually been in GB3 Race 1. Race 2, sorry. Don't know which one. But yeah, only Italian F4 on in terms of alongside the F1 stuff going on and F2, F3 Porsches. So yeah, that's how that's working, everybody. We'll have live coverage of the Porsche Super Cup. That'll be on Friday. Well, it may come out on Saturday. I'm unsure. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, we have the Porsche Super Cup taking place on Friday. We have Formula... yeah, of course, have Formula 3. I think at least. We have Formula 3. We have the Formula 3... what do we call it again? I can't really remember. I don't even think I was talking about Formula 3. Never mind. Sorry, not Formula 3. Yeah, Italian F4, I think I was trying to say. I completely lost my train of thought because I just saw something on the screen. Okay, right. Yeah, Italian F4. So we'll see whether that's what we do with it. Most likely, I'd say the best idea is, once again, just have some recorded races and we can just do them. I mean, I don't even need to do them in the weekend. I could just do them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but do one each on every day. But it's just how it works. So yeah. And one thing I hate is having to avoid spoilers. I have to mute all of the Italian F4 socials and mute everything. It's a pain. It's a pain. I've successfully been able to do that for GB3. That's why I'm also in a rush to like get these done as soon as possible. So like straight after the Frecker rate, about 20 minutes after, I had to shift the timings from my laptop to this, so we could do it. So that's how all of that works. Right, 6 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock to go. Oh, what a shame. What a shame, everybody. What a big shame. We wanted to get a proper good race in terms of like actual racing, but we're getting more safety car laps. Let's just say typical GB3 stuff, guys. I think it's fair to say. Just the usual chaos that this category can deliver. Great action at times, but safety car laps other times as well. So we make our way through. 5 minutes 40. Wait for it. There we go. 5 minutes 40 seconds to go. To the braking zone. For Hugo Schwarzer. Oh, we're gonna have another lap. I thought we could get it in. You can tell I'm disappointed. I really wanted a motor race. A proper motor race. One extra lap of action gone, everybody. I mean, at the end of the day, that could be one extra lap behind the safety car. Gone as well. Because, you know, safety cars breed safety cars. Who knows? Who knows? It's a what if. What if we went racing this lap? Could we have had another safety car? Probably. Okay. Right. We're having too much fun, aren't we? What's this? Car 21 and 88. So that's Pradel. That's Darianani. The safety car will come in at the end of this lap. The best news I've ever wanted to receive in my life. The race will resume. Time is really ticking though. So it's like, you know, can we get going? One whole lap wasted, everybody. Could have got going, I think, that time by. Unless they were still sorting something. Safety cars in. We're going to get a few minutes of racing. But it's not going to be the complete 25 minutes that we want. And Jack Sherwood, my word. Behind Alex Ninovich. And finding himself stuck behind Here we go. Here we go. We're about to get going. It is time to continue this story. 3 minutes. And wait for it, wait for it. 5 seconds to go. We're heading to the green. This is going to be so chaotic, I can already imagine. Hugo Schwarzer leading us through the final few corners, and he is about to put his foot down. He's backing the entire field up. Does McIntyre have a response, or will Schwarzer be on a one-way ticket to victory? Let's find out. GB3 goes racing once again. Out of the final corner we go, and Will McIntyre is going to get the run as we make our way down the start-finish straight. McIntyre tucked in the slipstream. Lyle closing in. Deegan Fairclough from 5th has got a chance as well. Al Zahari defends. Fairclough with a late dive bomb. At the same time, Lyle trying to survive in 4th position. They make their way through the opening few turns on the circuit. Not further back though, that's Stefan Bostanjiv who is off the road. Divi Nandan directly in ahead. Late dive bomb attempted by Nandan. Around the outside goes Stefan Bostanjiv. Fairclough under pressure from Johnson. And Fairclough has got ahead of Lyle rather. So Fairclough's got past Lyle. Johnson attacking the pair as we make our way in the middle part of the lap. Can Jack Sherwood try and make a move further back? Can Seaworthy try and make a move? 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. You've got Husenroder waiting for a chance as well. Let's see whether Husenroder can do something. Sherwood defending. Here comes Abby Pulling. Abby Pulling trying to pull to the outside. And I'm looking further back. I couldn't see whether she could do it. We make our way to the end of this lap. Is there going to be enough time for Will McIntyre to do something? 1 minute on the clock to go as we come across the line in GB3. We're on the final lap of the race. Will McIntyre having a look. He can't get by into turn 1. Will McIntyre had a look. He couldn't do it though. Fairclough ahead of Lyle. Fairclough now settling himself into a 4th position, which is incredible from 11th on the grid. But on a day where there's been so much chaos, we've not had the most time to go motor racing. Ninovic having a look down the inside. Ninovic can't get ahead of Sherwood. Here's Nikita Johnson. He's going to try come up with something magical within the rest of the lap. And into the barrier goes Stefan Bostanjiv. Bostanjiv finds the wall. And we're on the last lap. They will let them continue racing to the green flags. We will get to race all the way to the checkered flag 100%. McIntyre is going to run out of opportunities. Is there anything he can do? Can he go wild at this last lap? Down the back straight. DRS open. It's a mini back straight. It's not enough to even get close. It's not good enough even for a sniff. Hugo Schwarzer, who made the move earlier on. Will McIntyre somehow lost the lead. We don't know the reason to why, but he won't care. If your name is Hugo Schwarzer, he will make his way through the final corner on this circuit, and he is going to be heading to a deserved victory here in GB3. Hugo Schwarzer wins. He beats Will McIntyre to the flag, and Keanu Al-Zahari finishes in 3rd. Fairclough is in 4th, and then it's Lyle in 5th, Johnson in 6th, Husenroder gets 7th, and then it's going to be Seaworthy in 8th, Ninovic is in 9th, and Jack Sherwood gets into 10th position. Pulling misses out at the end. She was trying her best to overtake Sherwood, but she couldn't do it. Flush is in 12th, and then it's going to be Bustamante in 13th, Nandan in 14th, of course, Bostanji found the wall in 15th, and Darianani, Pradell, Yuan Pusue, and also Flynn Jackers are retirements from GB3's race here at Zandvoort. Deep breath, everyone. That's that done. Okay, well, we're going to quickly... We're going to see how that all played out. Okay, well, that's pretty much it then from GB3. Just wanted to see whether there was... I thought there was a replay coming on for a second, so I thought we were going to look at something. Not in this case, but congratulations to Hugo Schwarzer on a deserved victory. He completely deserves that one. Okay, well, that is it from GB3. Another broadcast, another session comes to a close. We've had an incredible weekend of racing action here at Zandvoort, but that is it. We cannot wait to be back with you soon, and we will see you then. Goodbye.